We're back. The best of food and wine with Anthony Gismondi and Kasey Wilson, live from the Wines of Canada stage at the 2017 Vancouver International Wine Festival. Now, here's Tony and Kasey.
Welcome back to the best of food and wine. I'm Tony Gismondi.
I'm Kasey Wilson.
Special edition live from the floor of the Vancouver International Wine Festival. It's year 39. There's about 175 wineries in the room.
And how many people would you say?
3,500 are expected tonight, I think, in the room. And Canada's the theme. And we have a couple of guys here representing a Canadian winery, in fact, a British Columbia winery, and there are many of them in the room. And we're happy to have them here with us tonight. We're going to talk a little bit about the wines first, but I want to introduce both of you guys and talk about ex-Nihilo wines. Jeff Harder, welcome back to the show.
Hey, it's great to be here.
We're going to call you one of the owners.
Yes.
Is that good?
Yeah.
And Gerrit Van Staalduinen.
Excellent. You nailed it.
Sales manager.
Exactly.
How
yes.
are you guys?
Yeah.
Are you having fun? You're the theme country. It's fun to be up there in the front, I think.
Sure is. You know, we did this show about 5 years ago when we were just starting out. We're now going into our 11th year.
Yeah.
And it's good to be back and happy to be celebrating, with the birthday and being that Canada's the theme. And, of course, we raise our glass to wonderful wines out of not only the Okanagan, but I'm going to have to say to our Ontario friends as well.
Yeah, and Nova Scotia.
And Nova Scotia, yes.
Yeah, they have some great sparkling wines.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you got to be more comfortable now in the business, not? I mean, it's such a big leap when you start out.
Well, it sure is. You know, Gerrit was just doing a seminar, and it was called Old Dogs and
New Kids.
And I think I'm part of the old dog crowd now, almost. Yeah. And, somebody said, what does it take to start a winery? And I said, well, when you get that feeling, you should lay down until it goes away. But jokingly, we're very passionate about it. And yes, it's good, and we're up in a beautiful part of Lake Country. And
let's talk about ex-Nihilo, where you are and where you're situated, how people can get up there and see you.
Well, we're just about 12 minutes north of the Okanagan or Kelowna Airport there, right on Okanagan Centre.
Yep.
Between Grey Monk and Arrowleaf is where we're situated. So, of course, we have Trudy and George Heiss, who are pioneers in our area.
Sure.
And we're proud to be neighbors with them. But it's a great area. And Gerrit was a southern boy who's now...
was converted. I was a South Okanagan snob. I didn't think any real wine had potential past Penticton, to be honest with you, but Lake Country is a really special place. Let me tell you, there's some really interesting terroir and some really interesting, tasty wines coming out of it.
And of course, it's a cooler place than the South Okanagan.
It is in all the right ways.
You can only wear your shorts half the day or something, or I don't know.
Exactly.
It does get hot up in our area, and we're going to be talking about our Pinot Noir shortly, and that's one wine that just thrives not only on our property, but we have some vineyard up north up in Vernon called the Rise Vineyards, and we've been farming that fruit, and I'm telling you, it's probably one of the third hottest vineyards. There was a weather station up there, and they used to get some recordings off of that, and I'd seen some of the reports, and it was in the summer months here, it's one of the hottest vineyards in the valley. That south exposure, but get those cool nights, some of those winds coming up to Selkirks and cools things down, and really gives us quite a dynamic effect there.
So for people who don't know ex-Nihilo or new to it, what do you hang your hat on at ex-Nihilo?
Oh, boy.
Or do you?
Well,
I'm going to let Gerrit do his sales pitch.
I think, wine of a place is definitely a cornerstone of what ex-Nihilo is doing. We embrace Lake Country and the terroir and the vineyards that we have there, and so for that, it's built around Riesling, Pinot Gris, and Pinot Noir, and we've had a very successful short lineage and hopefully a long lineage of reflecting great wine style of those varietals coming from those vineyards. Almost so much so that it converted me to leave the South Okanagan and believe in the north end of the valley.
And you do. I mean, you're not just saying that. Yeah. You're converted.
I'm converted. It's all about a community too. I mean, Ex Nihilo is doing a fantastic job. We have the 2015 Pinot in front of you here to taste.
Yep.
But there's other wineries out there too that are benefiting from this fantastic sense of terroir, and I think Lake Country is something to really be looking at.
Okay, well, let's talk about the 2015 Ex Nihilo Pinot Noir from the Okanagan. Color looks good.
It's Pinot. We hang our hat, if you want to use that term. It's 100% Pinot.
Yeah.
We're not taking advantage of any other fruit. It's Jay, my business partner and winemaking team, just says no. It's going to be 100% Pinot, and that's it. And we're pretty proud of it that way. 9 months in the French, and it's showing well every year. It thrives on our property.
A lot of people are coming to know Pinot Noir in British Columbia. I think, serious wine drinkers have always appreciated Pinot Noir, but there's kind of like a public interface now with Pinot, and there's a lot of people making Pinot in BC and trying to set that standard. Well, you're one of them. Are you happy with where you're at now? And
did you start out making Pinot?
We did, Casey. We planted. That was the first grape we planted, and these are going on 11-year-old vines now. And the same up at the Rise. That's where we use 50% of it comes from our estate, 50% from the Rise property, and 11-year-old vines. And this is what's coming out of it. And 2-time Lieutenant Governor Award of Excellence. Back to back, we were the only Pinot in the crowd, and we're pretty proud of that.
Yes, and you should be.
And with Gerrit out there on the pavement with his team, and they soldier right on, and we have no problem moving every drop of this.
Yeah.
Do you have enough of it to sell?
Never enough, but we're looking at more more vineyard.
There is a commitment. We're about 1,000 cases on the 2015 vintage.
Wow.
So it's not tremendous amounts, but it's not a little amount either. So we're able to get it out there. Yeah.
Okay, we need a price on that.
This
$36.
is $36
retail.
Okay, and what would be the best way to get your wine? Is it to buy it online, or go to the winery, or find it?
Absolutely. I mean, online direct communication to the winery, we love that. We love that because we're able to connect with the consumer and build a relationship and understand. Certainly we have a handful of strategic retailers, private retailers across the province that carry the product.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're also trickling it out into the Alberta markets and, and further out into Canada. So we're out there. We're not going to be on every liquor store shelf, but we definitely have some presence.
What about the name Ex Nihilo? Because it's it's a different kind of name.
Yeah. Well, it's a love story. It was Deco and I, when we first started dating, I thought I'd like to take her down to Napa Valley to visit my brother and his wife, who were embarking at that time in their wine journey. My brother James, who's now there are 5 wineries down there, and they've done very well. But on one of our first dates, we went down there and we took a day trip into San Francisco. And being the romantic Rico Suave kind of guy that I am, I thought I'd take her into an art gallery, and that's where we came across the working sculpture of Ex Nihilo. It's a sculpture that a gentleman by the name of Frederick Hart did, and it was it's over the National Cathedral in Washington, D.C., and I saw the working sculpture a lot smaller, and I fell in love with it. And I said to her then, when we own a winery one day, we'll call it Ex Nihilo. So here we are today.
How romantic.
Yeah.
Very romantic.
What can I say?
It's interesting. You're talking about selling out of your wines. I was talking to a Chilean winemaker here who said he just cannot get over British Columbia sells their wine. Like, they can sell it out, and he said at such a good price. He said, I'd give anything to be in that position. So it's just amazing how well British Columbia has done.
And it's thanks to people like yourselves, the media, that get out there and tell our stories. We're farmers and we're boutique wineries that, we were a football field that really hadn't been played on, is what I always say. Now we're starting to blip on that radar worldwide. and gathering great accolades. Our Riesling, two-time winner, gold medal at the Riesling de Monde, and so we get out there, we keep pushing, and there's a lot of camaraderie in our business with all the wineries. We're all friends,
yes.
We're all farmers, and there's room for us, and the people are in the room here tonight, and they're supporting us all, and that's a good thing. And it's people, again, like you, that get out and tell our story, so we do appreciate it.
Okay, well, we want you to tell the story of the Ex Nihilo, the 2014 Merlot that you brought along. So 100% Merlot?
Absolutely. Again, we like to keep that, as straight as we can. We don't. If we're going to add something to it, we're going to tell you, and that's in our night Bordeaux style blend. But this is one of Gerrit's favorites.
This is homage to the Okanagan for sure. Wine of a place, and so the vineyard for this is in North Oliver on the west side, just below Covert Farms.
Okay.
It's a beautiful site. It's a nicely matured vineyard. We're looking at 20 plus years of age of vine. And it just translates really well into a nice texture, depth, and expression of black and blue fruit and all things Merlot. We're quite proud of it, and if you're going to go after making this style of wine, you need to have the right vineyard and expression of vineyard to do so. So
I love the spice in this wine. It's very savory, and it has a sort of a cool undertone, which I guess is partly from being from the west side, but it's almost Bordelaise in style. That it's smooth and silky, but very, very cool and savory and minty.
I described this part of the valley. It's interesting. I was talking about the Golden Mile earlier today and went on, but it's sort of the hot, cold part of the valley. We get a really great expression of intensity of heat, but in the same dialogue we get cool climate, and so nice bright acidity and all the things that go along with that. So the other thing, I was going to mention too, is that Jeff's got a fantastic brother, and he has a fantastic Napa Valley wine pedigree, and through that we get access to some pretty awesome oak. And oak is not a bad thing if you respect oak.
No.
Exactly.
It's a marriage.
Yeah, so
especially if you get good barrels.
There's some really well thought out cooperage in the Merlot. Jeff, I'm sorry I'm putting you on the spot here, but there's at least 4 or 5 different barrel types that we're using.
Absolutely. We're pretty fortunate that we have that access to some good cooperage down there, and we're blessed that way. But it's a good marriage that we work on our little recipes, and here we are. You're tasting it today.
Very easy to drink. What's the price on this wine?
35. Yeah.
35.
$35. Now, one of the best things about Ex Nihilo is going there. You guys have a bunch of people going there to eat food.
Yeah. Pizza.
Well, we've been lucky. We have a little bistro there, and it's went crazy over the last couple of years since we opened it up. Woodfire pizzas, and our chef Jeff Crayclaw has been with us for almost 10 years as well since we've opened, and we took the step, and we highly recommend reservations. Let's put it that way.
Gentlemen, thanks very much for joining us today. I know you got to get back to the booth, and we've got to get to commercial, but always great to catch up with you. I can't wait to get up there this summer. I'm definitely coming for some pizza.
Please.
And a more in-depth tasting with you guys.
We'd love to do it.
Go and enjoy the crowds and have fun tonight, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure.
Jeff Harder, owner Ex Nihilo, Gerrit Van Staalduinen. He's a sales manager, and this is a cool place to visit up in Lake Country. Make sure it's on your list this summer. You're listening to the Best of Food and Wine. We're coming to you live from the floor of the Vancouver International Wine Festival. And when I look out, Kasey, I see thousands of people.
I know, it's so impressive.
And they're just lined up, polite, tasting. It's crazy.
Asking great questions.
Okay. Thanks for joining us. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back on CISL 650.